depleted retirement savings, crushing debt, medical bankruptcy, lost homes. These are just some of the financial realities that many mesothelioma families face. Even with insurance, the cost of treatment can be catastrophic. Between that and lost income, travel costs, and uncovered out-of-pocket expenses, it's easy to find yourself owing hundreds of thousands of dollars with no apparent way to pay. Today, I want to explain exactly how mesothelioma can financially devastate families and what can be done to help with this burden. I'm Terry Oppenheimer, and I've been writing about mesothelioma and asbestos for the website mesothelioma.net for over a decade. Understanding the financial impact and available resources of this rare and deadly disease could prevent or reduce financial catastrophe. So let's start with the direct medical costs. Mesothelioma treatment is expensive, extraordinarily expensive. Immunotherapy for mesothelioma, specifically the FDA-approved combination of nivolumab and ipilimumab, they typically cost between $150,000 and $300,000 per year, with monthly costs for these checkpoint inhibitors often exceeding $21,000. Chemotherapy, it runs tens of thousands of dollars per cycle, and major surgery like cytoreductive surgery with HIPEC or pleurectomy and decortication can cost $200,000 to $400,000 or more for the hospital stay, surgeon fees, anesthesia, and follow-up care. Even with health insurance, out-of-pocket costs for these treatments are substantial. Most insurance plans have annual out-of-pocket maximums of often $5,000 to $15,000 for individuals or $10,000 to $30,000 for families. You're going to hit that maximum pretty quickly with mesothelioma treatment. And if your treatment extends across multiple calendar years, you're going to have to pay the maximum again each year. Some insurance plans have separate maximums for prescription drugs. Expensive cancer medications might be subject to coinsurance, where you pay a percentage of the cost rather than a flat copay. Think about that. 20% of a $10,000 drug is $2,000 per dose. Not everything is covered by insurance. Experimental treatments or drugs that are used off-label are often not covered, and the same is true of alternative or complementary therapies that people use for symptom management. Some insurance plans don't cover treatment at out-of-network facilities, and that can be a problem if the best mesothelioma specialists are out of your network. Before I go on, I want to take a break and ask you a quick favor. If you find these videos helpful, please hit the like and subscribe buttons below. It makes it easier for other people who need this information to find us. Also, if you have questions or there's a topic you'd like to see addressed in a future video, send me a note in the comments section. And make sure you watch until the end because I'm going to give you valuable information on where to find resources that will make a real difference for you. Now, beyond the direct medical costs, there are enormous indirect costs to mesothelioma. Travel expenses to specialized treatment centers can be significant. If the nearest mesothelioma specialist is hundreds of miles away, families are going to need to travel repeatedly for consultations, treatments, and follow-up. Airfare, gas, hotels, meals, these costs add up to thousands or tens of thousands of dollars over months of treatment. Some families temporarily relocate to be near a treatment center, and that means paying for rental housing or hotel rooms for extended periods of time. It might be necessary if treatment requires frequent visits or if the patient is too ill to travel long distances repeatedly. Lost income is often the largest financial impact. If the patient was working when they were diagnosed, they're typically going to need to stop at some point during treatment. This eliminates one household income entirely. For single income households, that's catastrophic. And even for dual income households, losing one income while expenses are increasing creates severe financial pressure. If a spouse or family member reduces their work hours or quits working entirely to provide caregiving, that's another income that's eliminated or reduced. Many families lose two incomes, the patients and the primary caregivers, at the same time that their medical expenses are exploding. For self-employed individuals or small business owners, the impact can be even worse. Their business might fail entirely if the owner can't work. That eliminates not just current income, but future income and possibly destroys years of investment in building the business. Lost benefits compound the problem. If the patient loses their job due to illness, they typically lose employer-sponsored health insurance. COBRA continuation coverage is available, but it's expensive, often $1,000 to $2,000 per month or more for family coverage, and it only lasts 18 months. After that, you need to find other coverage. If the patient's job provided retirement contributions, life insurance, disability insurance, or other benefits, those are lost too. Household expenses don't decrease. In fact, they often increase. You still have mortgage or rent, utilities, car payments, and all the other normal expenses of living to pay. But now you also have medical bills, medication costs, travel expenses, and possibly new expenses like home health aides or medical equipment, nutritional supplements, or childcare. Some families, lots of families, need to modify their homes to accommodate the patient's declining ability to perform daily functions. This could mean installing ramps, grab bars, stair lifts, or hospital beds. These modifications can cost thousands of dollars, and they're usually not covered by insurance. The timeline of expenses is important to understand. Mesothelioma is not a brief illness. From diagnosis through treatment, possible remission, and eventual progression, families could face 18 months to several years of ongoing medical expenses and lost income. Even when treatment is relatively successful, it's rarely a one-time event. It's ongoing care over extended periods. With all of this, it's easy to see how debt accumulates. Many families use credit cards to cover their new expenses, and this can mean accumulating high-interest debt. Others take out home equity loans or lines of credit, and some borrow from retirement accounts or take early withdrawals that come with tax penalties. Retirement savings can quickly get depleted. Families who withdraw from 401ks or IRAs to pay their current expenses destroy their retirement security for the surviving spouse. Even though taking money out of retirement accounts before age 59 and a half typically incurs a 10% penalty, in addition to an ordinary income tax, many are forced to do so. Medical expenses are one of the leading causes of bankruptcy in the United States, and that's especially true of this kind of catastrophic medical event. Even families with good insurance can easily be overwhelmed by uncovered expenses and lost income. This long-term financial impact unfortunately extends beyond the patient's death. Surviving spouses can be left with depleted savings, significant debt, reduced income if they quit working to provide care, and reduced Social Security benefits if the deceased spouse was the higher earner. Surviving parents might be unable to provide the financial support for education they had planned to provide. If college funds were depleted to pay medical expenses, children's educational futures can be affected. So, what can families dealing with mesothelioma do to prevent this financial devastation? First and foremost, pursue legal compensation immediately. Mesothelioma lawsuits and trust fund claims can provide hundreds of thousands to over $1 million in compensation. This money can cover medical expenses, replace lost income, pay off debt, and provide financial security for surviving family members. That may sound like another expense, but experienced mesothelioma attorneys work on a contingency basis, which means there aren't any upfront costs. The attorney advances all case expenses and only gets paid if their representation leads to you recovering compensation. You should apply for all available benefits immediately. For veterans, VA disability compensation provides monthly payments that can help with ongoing expenses. Social Security disability insurance provides income replacement if the patient can't work. Medicare becomes available 24 months after SSDI approval or sometimes immediately for certain conditions. Utilize pharmaceutical assistance programs for expensive medications. Most drug manufacturers offer programs that provide free or reduced cost drugs to patients who meet financial criteria. Seek financial counseling from the Cancer Center's social worker. They can help identify assistance programs, negotiate payment plans with hospitals, access charitable funds, and connect you with resources. And consider crowdfunding through platforms like GoFundMe. Many families successfully raise tens of thousands of dollars from friends, family, and community members who want to help. You can apply for grants from cancer-specific charitable organizations. Organizations like Cancer Care, Family Reach, and the Patient Advocate Foundation offer financial assistance grants. You can also negotiate your medical bills. Hospitals and providers often have financial assistance programs, or they'll negotiate reduced payments for uninsured or underinsured patients. Make sure that you understand your insurance benefits thoroughly. Know what's covered, what maximums apply, whether out-of-network providers are covered, and, importantly, what the appeals process is if claims are denied. You need to plan financially for the long term. If possible, work with a financial advisor to manage your available resources, protect retirement accounts if possible, and ensure that the surviving spouse will have adequate financial security. Don't let pride prevent you from accepting assistance. Friends and family often want to help but don't know how. Let them provide meals, childcare, transportation, or even financial assistance. So to review, mesothelioma can financially devastate families through direct medical costs, out-of-pocket maximums, uncovered expenses, travel costs, lost income from patient and caregiver, lost benefits, ongoing household expenses, and accumulated debt over months or years of treatment. Strategies for dealing with these issues include pursuing legal compensation immediately, applying for all available benefits, utilizing assistance programs, negotiating bills, and accepting help from your family and larger community. For more information about financial resources and legal compensation, visit mesothelioma.net or call 1-800-692-8608 or use the live chat feature on our website to speak immediately to one of our helpful patient advocates. As for me, remember to post your questions below, and I'll see you next time.